yourself.
Oh, no, but we love the ocean. Leave that for the whales. I don't even know why I said it like that. The whales.
I love the whales.
I love the whales. I love the dolphins. I love the sharks. People think sharks are different. They're just misunderstood, but I love the whales. Well, I'm on my hailing journey. And while I'm on my hailing journey, I'm saving whales.
I love that for you.
I love that for me, too.
Would you like a Dansk cookie?
Nine, not on camera. I can't have people realize I eat because I am a thin, beautiful girl. I also don't do the poopy.
No, nothing comes out.
Because that is not hot. But this is hot.
That's hot.
Welcome to That's Hot. Sabrina Piper and Natalie DeChico.
Hi,
What's
welcome.
up, bitches? Happy 2025.
Happy 2025.
We're back. And we're hitting you with a smack right in your ass.
Cute.
We're doing it.
I'm going to say that every time from now on.
Right,
I don't know why I'm obsessed with that.
That was just fun.
That was fun.
Cheers. Welcome.
Cheers.
Welcome to
I've
the
been
show.
alternating booze and coffee all day. I've been double fisting
Exactly.
alcohol and caffeine all
Also
day.
Been, alternating booze too.
Yes.
Went from Negroni to a little sip of an espresso martini, which is a shot. It's just a shot.
Uh-huh.
And then we have some little Prosecco.
Yes. I'm going to set a timer here so that I can keep track.
Set a timer. Let's do it. So, the world is burning. Just kidding. Only Natalie's sweater is representing. She's representing California because it is on fire right now. We wish our friends and the people that we love safety and wellness. And to the people that we don't like, well, your house burned down and,
Good luck.
I guess
You can afford another one.
I was going to say, I wish you were in it.
Ooh, different edges we got here.
We do. It's different swords.
Different swords. Yes. Hold on. I always get
What's up?
paranoid because no one's here to tell me that we are recording.
No one's here, but here's the thing. When we're in studio, there's a spirit. There's a few spirits.
There are a lot of spirits.
There's a lot of spirits, but
I just realized that you were going to tell a story about a spirit last time and we never got to
Swear
it.
to fucking God, I was about to say actually.
We never got to it.
Yeah, actually, hearties.
Heart. They can't see that, but it was a hand heart.
Oh, they can't see it.
No, it was
Were they blind and fucking stupid? What are
Here.
you listening on iTunes or something?
There we go. Yeah,
All of us stuff is now.
no, I'm stupid, actually.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I feel like Karen when she put on the K in Mean Girls and it was backwards. That's my whole life.
Yeah.
That's why people like Gabriella in High School Musical dated a guy like Troy because she was like, put a T because there's no way you could flip that around the wrong side.
And he was stupid. He needed it.
He was like, you're mine. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I had a very paranormal experience. I guess I'll talk about it last week. I wasn't planning to, but because I'm going to get into my 2025 predictions when it comes to the, Hollywood, which is in fire.
Yeah.
But, I have a lot to go over. But, and breakups and makeups and yums. I had something happen last week. Wow, Natalie really put me on the spot.
Sorry, you were
Fine.
going to talk
I'm
about
gonna
it
say
last
No,
episode
I'm
and then we
gonna
never
say-
got to it.
I'm saying it. I do believe that we are not alone in this world and that it stretches beyond and that our souls, are really here and we are beyond this universe. Everything is beyond. There's probably different planes and everything and different everything.
Yeah.
I lost one of my best friends about a year and a half ago, and very tough, and was just going through a rough time over the holidays, which I'm sure people can relate to. The holidays are tough. Alone made me think of different times that we had spent together and stuff like that. It got me sad, and I was home alone, and if you've ever listened to me on The Thing Is, ding. I have talked about stories with people who have crossed over and spirits that I was like, it can't be explained any other way.
Yeah.
And this is the same where I was not okay and I started talking out loud to my friends. Okay? Because I was watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Classic.
Which, Real Housewives is my escape. I didn't watch it for 10 years and I started watching again after my best friend passed away because I was like, I need an escape.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like that. I rewatched Jersey and so I was watching Salt Lake City, And when Jen Shaw was going to jail, which, yes, I'm trying to free you, girl. I'm trying to free Jen Shaw. Really, get her pardoned. Come on, Biden. We have a few more days. So when that happened, her mom was saying, when you go into that courtroom and you're getting sentenced, I want you to call out your ancestors, because she's Tongan. And she said, in our culture, whenever you call out ancestors who have passed, they show up there and they will listen. And, you know, listen, I'm a little Jewish girl. There's nothing Tongan about me or anything like that. But I take little pieces of, that's why I'm like, a cult would get me a few years ago. If I'm in a low place, a cult would get me. Don't get any ideas,
nice
even though
try.
I look great in white. You know, it's like, okay. And I just thought about that, and I called out her name, and I was like, I wish I could tell you these things. And I was like, and I wish I could, like, I was like, I sometimes feel you, and I don't know if you're here, and I need you to give me a sign if you're here. I need you to do something, like, or play music, or, like, do something. And, you know, listen, we can attribute it if you want to say, oh, Siri did it, this and that. All of a sudden, my headphones, my AirPods were over there.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, coming out, blasting out on full volume, by the way, out of the AirPods comes Cardi B, which I would always listen to with Jax in the car.
Yeah.
Because she used to strip. And she was like, I love this stripper music. And I was like, you're such a whore.
Yeah.
And I love you. You're gross. And all of a sudden it came out, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, so you're here. And I was like, well, stop the music. And it stopped. And I was like,
yo.
And, like, it's giving me chills.
Oh,
it was
that's
just,
so
like,
freaky.
Years ago, like, when I talked about, and the thing is, when I talked about my dad with the lights.
Yeah,
And
I remember
like,
that.
Yeah, and I was like, if you're just shut the lights off, or, like, do something, like, show me. And so it felt like that again, and then it was interesting, because then I just started saying, like, I was like, well, can I catch up with you and tell you what's going on? And the music started again. And I was like, oh, this is... That's why I almost didn't talk about it on the show last week.
My
I think
God.
because it's almost... I didn't even know how to comprehend it.
Yeah.
But I know it's real. I know she was, like, there.
Yeah.
And I started just telling her gossip.
Yeah, of course.
That I was like, I think she'd get a kick out of. And I haven't been able to tell anybody or whatever, especially. So I was like, oh, wow. And it was the first time when I thought about her or anything. Oh, you okay?
No, I didn't spill. We're
good.
good.
Perfect. Then I didn't cry. That I wasn't like I was kind of like laughing. Like I was like about certain things, and I was like, oh, I feel like she is.
Yeah, she's
here.
listening.
Like she's listening.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And that.
Oh my
that was the
God, I
story.
love that. That's such a good story.
So yeah, it was really beautiful. It gave me a real sense of peace. And because when you lose a friend to suicide, it's your life changes.
Yeah.
And the family, I don't want to talk about it. That I don't like them, and how certain things went down and people were treated and such. And what happened to my best friend was they took her name after not helping her or anything like that. You lose a life. And then you take that name and you turn it into a business.
Right.
And these people turned it into a comedy club with her name and her pictures and everything. And she would have never approved that, would have torn them down. When she lived out there, they didn't help her. They didn't offer it then when she was there and she was struggling. But then they used her name. And then for some reason, I woke up about 2-3 days ago. And I just, for some reason... And this was right after the whole interaction and everything. It was like, Google the place. Look it up right now. And the night before, there was a fire.
Oh, my God. In L.A.?
It is not in L.A. It's in Texas.
Damn.
And just
very
like
Amy
that,
Winehouse-esque. Like, just, like, not taking care of her when she's around and then using her name for money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, taking her photos or taken professionally that I knew she paid for. And made sure to pay. They were very expensive, stuff like that. Things that just, and they weren't nice about it. Not like they shared it before. And they were like, you look beautiful. It was like, you look like a whore.
Yeah.
And now it's like, this is it. Listen, I'm not trying to say karma. I'm just trying to say that certain things happen. Also, it's like, I haven't looked this place up in many months. Haven't thought about it, especially because it got me so upset I had to block all the things so I wouldn't, like go into a rage of sadness, and then or send a thing and be like, how dare you?
Yeah.
but that's it. So, it's wild. They are not in California, but
Yeah.
that
Coincidence.
Yeah,
Or
that is the story of the
karma.
paranormal story that I was going to say.
I like it.
And I guess now there is that update
Sounds like a nice
because of
story.
the fire.
The paranormal part.
Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
All of it. All of it does tie in, doesn't it? Doesn't it at the end of the day? It's like, maybe you could use that money where you've been selling her name. And you know what? You can rebuild with that money.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
probably so lucrative as a business to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows starting a comedy club is the most lucrative business,
Right.
especially when you're using everyone's else names and faces and, nothing to do with them. Why not?
Yeah.
Go for it. Use that money that you have earned, that hard-earned money,
Right.
and you take it and you rebuild. That is the American dream, right, Natalie?
Mm-hmm.
Rebuilding from the ashes.
Right. Of course. Phoenix.
And you know what? Yeah, we can actually sprinkle some of hers, and then we can start anew. How's that sound?
Yeah. For sure.
Right in the structure. How about that? How about you rebuild with the ashes of
Yeah.
sadness? Hey, listen. This is going to be a great episode.
I feel it.
It's I want to say, we're going to get into like real comedy stuff. That was just kind of like a chilly. I'm so glad we have alcohol.
I'm
with
so
us
glad
today.
we have this. Cheers.
Cheers.
We didn't cheer with this.
Cheers. I think we did.
If we did, I didn't take a sip.
Oh.
So I fucked it up.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, Nat?
What? The whole
Just
thing?
all of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, but the music, I'm not
The
gonna
music
lie.
is spooky as fuck, I'll be
couldn't-
honest.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think that's why I don't talk about it as much because people look at it as spooky and I look at it as thank God for
Yeah.
signs like that.
Yeah.
Because I've dealt with death since I was a kid, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and there's so many outlets we look at when we're trying to find peace. When
Yeah.
we're trying to find resolution. And I think that if you just trust in the universe and you let go and you say, okay, I know I might be freaked out a little. Please don't freak me out. Just
Yeah. Give me
let's
a sign.
go. It gave me a sense of comfort. It was the first time I didn't cry.
Yeah.
I was just talking shit. I was like, can you believe she moved to fucking China?
Yeah.
She should have been in the first place. Talking about all these people and whatever.
Right.
And it was just calm.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow.
I've never had an experience like that. I wish I did. I guess I'm lucky that I haven't had a person yet, knock wood.
I think that's what I was going to say. Maybe not as lucky because I think it would have to be something.
Really serious, yeah.
Like, I'm not like Harriet Tubman. Enter.
Right, for sure,
about
for
with
sure.
Harriet and I wouldn't have a long
We wouldn't have a lot to
conversation
talk
or anything
about.
like
I
that.
will say though, there was a friend of mine who was suicidal who ended up not going through with it, but it was down to the wire there for a minute, and that really affected me, and he's still around, so.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because it's very tough.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very tough to go through that. But I think that's why we also all focus on stupid shit too,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's
Yeah.
like we lean into holding space with the pinkies for 3 months.
Yeah.
Because it's like we don't want to deal with real life.
Holding space.
We're holding space. No, where's your pinky?
Oh, I thought it was that she held out her
Was she holding just the pinky?
I
Was it like
remember
that?
it was what's her name's pointer finger, and Ariana was like holding her finger like this.
Oh, here. We'll redo it. There you go. We just scissored. you
We did
guys.
that. That was scissoring. That's what we do in private, guys.
That's what we do in private.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
all we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the paranormal is very interesting.
Yeah.
There's so much, especially, hey, talking about the drones and stuff. All these people are talking about the drones. Bethany Frankel talking
What happened
about
to the drones?
Dior bags. Exactly. What happened to the drones?
What did happen to them?
But that's the point. We don't know because we move on as a
Yeah.
country as a whole.
I was thinking that about fucking Luigi. Haven't heard about Luigi in a week.
Yep. And there he is.
Where is he?
I'm writing him a letter.
Are you?
I got some extra cards. Like I'm sending one to him. I'm sending one to Jen Shaw.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Send
actually send it to Luigi.
all prison letters.
I have some prison letters. Why not? You know what? There are some people that I think deserve a little bit of smiles. That have brought me smiles. Luigi, have I jerked off to him? Yes.
Yes.
That's brought
And
me
that's
a
a
smile.
thank you. We're sending him a thank you
It's a
for
thank
that.
you. It's a thank you. It's a happy new year. It's a, hey, I also have brain fog. I understand it. A lot of people don't understand the depth of it. But I'm like, you also shot him in front of other people, and they're scarred for life probably. So I don't love that. But otherwise, I'd suck his dick off.
Yeah, I also would suck his dick off.
Yeah.
That being said, I still don't think he's the shooter. I think there was a different shooter.
Oh, you're on that wave?
I don't think it was him. I
Oh,
think he got him to take the fall because he was hot and people would like him. I thought I think the real shooter was someone else.
Okay.
I think it was a team effort.
You think it's like CIA related?
No. I don't know. I don't think it was CIA related, but
Tucker Carlson hasn't said anything about that, and Anderson Cooper hasn't said anything about that, and yet both applied to the CIA the same time, and they both got rejected, and then they got respective news jobs. Isn't that fascinating?
Whoa! So you're saying what I have to do is know a little too much about the CIA, and then I'll get a news anchor job?
Yeah, you have to know a little bit about the Vanderbilts. You have to know a little bit,
cool.
You have to know a little bit about the Swanson family.
Cool.
I mean, come on.
I don't know about that.
You
but
don't?
Not really.
Tucker Carlson's family, Swanson family dinners.
Mm-hmm.
That's his family.
Okay.
That's his family.
Cool. And now he has a show. And now he doesn't have a show, but he has his own show.
He used to be on CNN.
Yeah. Tucker did?
Tucker Carlson, you didn't know that? Years ago, he was on CNN, and then he moved over to Fox News.
Uh-huh.
And on top of this, he will not let the debate with oh my God, it's a late night talk show host. I'm blanking.
John something?
It is one of the John. I think it's Jon Stewart.
Okay.
I actually think you're correct. And they got into a whole thing live on the air.
Love it.
Yeah.
I should look that up. He's friends with.
I wish we had somebody to get it because I'm like, it's so good.
He's friends with my friend Dave Smith.
I was gonna say all of. I know Lewis told him politics are gay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. That's not what you say when you go on the show and you look and you go, hey, listen, how much involvement did your dad have?
Lewis doesn't know about any of that shit.
No, of course he doesn't know any of that. Politics are gay. No, let me tell you something. There's somebody in the Swanson family that's gay and something's going on.
Uh-huh.
There's something going on. I just find it interesting. They both applied for the CIA at the same exact time, and then they both are news anchors, and they're so invested. And when it comes to the drones, if you watch New Year's Eve, after about 10:15 p.m. on CNN, that news anchoring with Andy and Andy, okay, Andy squared, Anderson Cooper and Anderson Cohen. When Whitney Cummings went on and she said about the drones, that motherfucker's face looked at her like, I will have my family take you out. He had a twinkle in his eye, and not just normally because he's the gayest, coolest guy I know. In my head, I know him because we were neighbors.
So, yes.
On Thompson Street. When I used to live on Thompson Street, Anderson Cohen was my neighbor.
So, you're not saying that Anderson Cooper and Tucker Carlson are secretly gay lovers and they both applied for the CIA?
Oh, I would love that.
That's my fan fiction. That's the fan fiction that I'm writing.
That's amazing.
I think that's good. I think there's legs.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm on a writing streak.
Tuck your tuckers. Tuck your... Andy, yeah, I like
I'm writing that down.
I like how Anderson Cooper was like talking about Diplo and everything when they were talking about New Year's Eve, and he was like, "That's so cool. I just want to get on a helicopter anywhere." You can.
You can. You're Anderson
a Vanderbilt.
Cooper.
You are a Vanderbilt. Here's some of my 2025 predictions. So here's one of them.
Yes, I want to hear.
I think Tucker Carlson is gonna tuck his dick, and then he's gonna suck Andy's cock.
I love it. I'm excited.
No, seriously, my prediction, I think Ben Affleck is getting back together with Jen Gardner. He doesn't want me. Fine. I don't want him. They're getting back together, I believe.
I think that one is logical. That makes sense to me.
They're getting back together. It's a revamp of Ben and Jen.
How do you feel about Polycule Ben and his gens? Ben and both gens. That's the other fan fiction that I'm writing.
Collar me crazy. I don't want these gens to be locked down. Like
I agree.
That.
I agree.
You know?
I think so.
I think it's wild.
That's okay. What are your other predictions? You're like tapped into the pulse in a way that I'm not. I wish I could make like proper predictions, but I can't.
I'm the pop culture princess.
Yeah.
I am the pulse of pop culture.
I think Joni Mitchell's going to die this year. I'm a big fan of Joni Mitchell, but she's like 98 years old. That's my one prediction.
Who I think is going out?
Who's that?
Lauper, Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, no shit.
I think she's going out.
She's not even that old.
She's not, but you know what? When I saw Nicki Minaj in May and she came out and she was like, she did the most Nicki thing in the world.
Right.
Which I loved. She was like, give it up for Cyndi Lauper. We got to give those their flowers before they're not here anymore. We got to give them before they're gone. We got to let them know they're important. And I was like, did you say she's going to die? Because that's what I heard.
Cyndi Lauper is 71. That's not a crazy age.
That's crazy to die at 71.
Joni Mitchell is 81. And she looks old. And I am a big fan as a gay woman. I'm a big fan of Joni Mitchell. And I think it's her time. She's so old.
Okay, tell it to Jimmy Carter. It was
You're
his
right.
time about 7 years ago.
And he finally did it. So
He finally did it after his vote got in. Sus. 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 You see Joe Biden fell asleep at Jimmy Carter's funeral. I think it was this morning.
No.
This is incredible. And there's footage of Jill nudging him to wake up.
You think he's going to die
He's
this
next.
year?
He's next. He's next because he's done. He also said something 2 days ago, direct quote. He said, actually, I'm not going to say a direct quote because I've had a little Prosecco.
Yeah.
But I will say this was the all around. He said,
Right.
he doesn't
A paraphrase quote.
Yeah, paraphrase. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he had it in him to run for a second term. Okay, maybe you should have thought about that the second you got the first term. Or like a year ago.
Yeah.
We didn't need,
he thought it at the time.
We didn't need Mamala. The country needs a Mamala. No, Drew. No, Drew Barrymore. We didn't. We didn't.
You liked her. You
Drew
did.
Barrymore?
No, you liked Kamala.
I'm a coconut head.
I know.
And she's pilled out just like me and Meredith Marks on the rag.
And I like that about her.
Love that.
Yeah.
She's always... Right now, she's giggling. She's doing this and that. She had to certify everything. You know what? I think she needs to first work on all the inmates that she put in for their weed offenses because she obviously is smoking some shit.
I agree. I think, have we talked about The Politician on this show before? The show The Politician?
No.
What's his name? Murphy TV show. He did Glee. What's his fucking name? Whoever did Glee did the show
Ryan
called
Murphy?
Ryan Murphy. Yes, thank you. Pretty sure it was a Ryan Murphy show. I watched it during the pandemic about fucking, oh my God, I'm too drunk for this.
No, you got this.
Ben Platt is the actor who's like a musical theater guy. He was in Pitch Perfect.
Oh, okay.
And he is a high school politician, and he's running for class president, but it's a Ryan Murphy show, so it's obviously very intense and insane. And then in the end of the first season is him in college, freshman year of college, and he's trying to run for he's like trying to work his way up in a real office, and he finds out that this woman who's running for mayor or governor or something that he's campaigning for is in a throuple.
Oh.
So she and her husband have a third guy, and he sees it happen behind the scenes, and he's like, this is huge news. It's either him or his friend find out that she's in a throuple, and they're like, this would kill the campaign if they find out that she's in a throuple. Anyway, I think that's common.
Did it?
I didn't get that. I didn't start season 2.
Oh. We'll get there.
It was so insane that I was like, I'm just going to choose to believe that this is a whole series beginning to end. I don't have it in me to watch the second season, especially because it's him in college. It's like a completely different storyline. Although there's this great scene in the last episode of the first season where he does a cover of Vienna by Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. And other than that, I'm choosing to believe that's where it ends.
That's fine.
Anyway, the woman that I picture is Kamala Harris. This is before she was in, before we all knew about her. This was in 2020, peak pandemic.
This is just when she loved Venn diagrams.
Yes, this is when she loved Venn diagrams.
I just love it. You have this, and you have that, and then you got her loser ass right in the motherfucking middle.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
I think she's in a throuple, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and it's probably something that was brought by Ella Emhoff, her fucking gay ass, dyke ass daughter. Stepdaughter. They're trying to still make her a model. I'm like, where? Can we bring the
She's
kind
of weird looking where like model.
You were like, oh, she's not. No.
I think she's kind of hot.
It's not. No, she's not.
She's my type. She looked like the hot barista I saw today.
You can braid her fucking armpit hair, Natalie. It's gross.
Put long sleeves on her. I think she's hot.
She's
hit me up.
She's not listening.
No, she's not listening, but she should.
Oh my God.
I think she's regular people hot. I don't think she's outstanding hot. Does that make sense? Like if she was my barista, I'd be like, she's cute, but not. I don't think she should be a model.
Day and it was probably a good personality and something. It's like when you fuck an ugly person, but you were like, but they were so.
I liked this about them. Yeah.
We wanted to believe in you.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. I don't know. I like androgynous women that look like Timothée Chalamet. That's like my type.
That's fair. And everyone was bugging out about Timothée Chalamet at the Golden Globes because he had Kylie Jenner there. The stupid mustache as well. But Kylie Jenner was his date. And she was snubbed by Demi Moore. Demi Moore snubbed her when she went over to the table. But I don't think it was that much of a snub because it's, to me, honestly, as an actor, if you see somebody who's really not in your field and you just got the biggest accomplishment in your 40-plus year career.
Yeah, I wouldn't be thinking about it.
Yeah, you don't want to talk to a reality star. You're going to talk to other people that you respect on screen, and you're going to say thank you. And you're saying, oh,
sure, I'd be like.
She sat there with the camera open trying to get a selfie because all you know she was going to do is she got it. It's like she didn't give a fuck about Demi Moore then.
I agree. And
it's like somewhere Ashton Kutcher is sitting there crying, and he's like, I just wrote one letter about Danny. Just one. Danny was my boy, man. And now Puff is away. What am I going to do, dog? You're probably going to get indicted, too. Just like I said about Sean Combs on this show for years. Mm-hmm. Just like I said about a few other people.
Yeah.
There are some homes that have been burning in the Hollywood Hills that are iconic, and it's sad. Same with Malibu. It's sad, especially if you've ever been out there. It's gorgeous. And then you think of people like Clive Davis, who have their homes about to be engulfed in flames, and you go, okay, pedophile, this is God's way of saying bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have any famous people died? No, because the famous people leave immediately. They get to leave the soonest.
It's not even leave as much as they're probably not home in the first place.
Yeah, you're so right. Right.
I saw so many articles where people said that they only found out their home burned because they got the ring alert that their alarms were going off.
Have any televangelists tried to proclaim that this is like God's will against gay people or something?
I've actually seen about 2 of those, different things, but it's a lot of people saying, get right with God. Get right with God. This is the end. This is the end. Let me tell you something. No offense, California. Okay, Natalie's repping you today. No offense, California. Every year you burn. Every year.
That's true. That's why I didn't notice at first.
Yeah, when I saw the headline at first, I said, again?
Yeah, literally.
Again.
It's like us with hurricanes. Every year
crazy.
you get one.
Yeah, same. Especially hurricanes, stuff like that. It's the fact that you have 100-mile-per-hour winds, which I can't imagine, with a fire, and
spreads
the
real
Palisades
fast.
And stuff like that. Most of you have probably never been there because you're poor. The Palisades are gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you go up Mulholland, it's gorgeous. The fact that the fire got so close to the Getty and everything, I think people really, they took it like normal. They go, oh, this happens every year. No, God got so close to Hollywood. He hit Sunset Boulevard. I said, oh, no, the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, bro. It starts hitting.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, it's actually destroying history. You know where it never hits? East LA.
Yeah.
North Hollywood. Places that if you burn, you go, that's okay. Let me tell you this, though. In a county full of creatives, I know there's scripts out there. There's a couple there's a couple floating around now in ashes, but
You're
there's a
right,
couple
right. They're in the
floating
air.
around where it is all about apocalyptic LA, where it is like, oh, this is the end-esque or something like that, a spec like that. And guess what? Grab your cameras. Grab your cameras, be an artist,
get your
and get
cameras
out
now.
there.
Yeah.
Put on something, close out put on a mask that you've been saving for 5 years, the one that you bought 5 years ago from Dolce & Gabbana, and you go out there and you be a creative, you be a real filmmaker, and you do it. And then my prediction for you for 2025 is your sad story. You have no money, you have nothing. All you have is this tape. And you say, I can make a movie, and you get a free 7-day trial of Photoshop. And then you do all that, and you make it into a little movie, and you sell it, and you buy a house again. Not in North Hollywood, not in East LA, even though they never burn. You maybe go a little south. You maybe go towards Mexico a little bit, so that when you can escape and you need to, you go. And support the culture.
I'm glad that none of my friends who live in LA are being burned right now. Otherwise, I'd be against this conversation.
What's wrong with the conversation?
Nothing. My friend lives in East LA.
So they're poor. Who cares?
She's fun.
I have people who I know who live in East LA. I don't like them that much. I wouldn't hang out with them anymore. No.
I'm going to send this to them.
Somebody once invited me to stay at their place, and then I was like, oh, good. I'm in WeHo. And they were like, oh, I'm just a little north of that. And I said, where? And they said, North Hollywood. I said, no.
I don't know anything about LA. I lived there for 4 months, and I didn't really get to know it that well because I didn't have a car.
You didn't have a car?
Nope.
I didn't know you lived in LA.
Yeah, for a semester.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was
Wow.
It was fun. It was for school. It was like, did a semester there. My school had a campus there on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, rest in peace.
Next to the Arby's. There's like an Arby's on Sunset Boulevard. It's like right next to that. And it was very cool. And I went, that's enough.
That's enough.
That 3.5 months that I spent there was the perfect amount. And I went, I don't need to live there.
Yep, that's how I felt after 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I would hang out with my friend who did have a car, and he would drive us around.
Yeah, you need a car in LA.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was tough. It just worked out.
Escape the fires.
Yeah, it just worked out by coincidence that when we went to school there, you had to have an internship, and my internship was within walking distance, which like to an LA person is not walking distance, but to a New York person is it was like a mile and a quarter or something like
not
that.
There.
No. So I would just walk
Also,
up Sunset Boulevard for it.
I thought you were gonna say that it was at the Arby's, and I was like,
that would be so. No, it was literally next to the Arby's.
Dude, walking Sunset Boulevard, I've done that too. And I once had a car like honk at me and pull, and I was like, what the fuck?
I loved walking there and judging everyone else for not walking.
I mean, I love it because I find it so funny because when I was just there in October and I did stay in WeHo, like West Hollywood, if you don't know.
I put that together, even if I didn't know.
Right? You're smart, but most people aren't. And I was like, let me give a little walkaroo.
Yeah.
Let me do my thing. And then I noticed it was just me. And then all of a sudden, at some point, I started seeing other people, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, none of them speak English. They're all the help. They're going home. It's 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, oh, goodbye, Mrs. Vanderpump. I'm out for today. Goodbye. See you tomorrow, adios. And they said, oh, ciao. Oh, goodbye, Dorinda.
I would do WAG there. I did WAG, like the dog walking app.
Oh my God. I signed up for WAG too.
And it was impossible to get anywhere because I didn't have a car. So I had to pick up ones that were within walking distance. And it was impossible to find more than like a handful of jobs that were within walking distance.
And they didn't have scooters then. Now they have the scooters.
No, now they have the scooters. I could have had the scooters, yeah. This was in 2018. Yeah.
Those hills, people don't even realize. They're not cultured. They're not well-traveled like us.
No.
They don't realize that the hills are real.
The Arby's is dead, by the way. They closed the Arby's.
Oh, my God.
I learned that from people at ELA, which is the
fire?
campus. No, before that. Just missed it.
Can you believe the Arby's didn't survive in Los Angeles?
It was there for ages. It survived there for like 20 years or something like that,
Yeah,
and they
they're
finally died.
They're more of like a like Jack in the Box type, like the Carl's Jr.
I did not like I've only had Jack in the Box in LA. I did not like it. I thought it was bad.
Have you ever had Roscoe's?
No.
Chicken and waffles.
I love chicken and waffles.
I love chicken.
Oh,
and
I
waffles
passed
too.
it and I didn't get to go in.
Yeah, they have a couple locations. When I was out there with my mom, we were like in school, so it was like 10 years ago. Like at least 10, 11 years ago. And we went out and I was like, we got to go to Roscoe's.
Yeah.
So we went out to Compton and we went to the OG and disappointed. I was disappointed. My mom was disappointed. I was like, wow, this is really upsetting. But they've stepped it up since.
Okay.
Across, I think, the U.S. because 10 years ago, chicken and waffles was kind of like, it's like, you'd have to find it.
Yeah, it wasn't big like that.
It was not big like that. Now you could get it like every brunch menu, like an avocado toast or anything
right.
like that. Wasn't like that. And Roscoe's is famous. And I don't mean, listen, it's one of the most famous black establishments, like OG. I could have just gone on an off day, maybe. But we were not happy.
Yeah.
It was tragic.
Yeah.
But I hope no Earth Cafes burn because those are amazing.
I don't remember Earth Cafe.
Earth Cafe is one of the best places on Earth. It has 2 F's in cafe, so because it makes no sense. And
Italian.
it's more obnoxious.
Right.
Yeah.
But they can claim Italian.
Earth with a U.
Oh.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, not Italian.
No.
They're all about California eating and clean.
Right. Yeah. Oops.
That's okay.
The internship I had doesn't exist anymore. This company.
gone?
The company doesn't exist anymore.
They said once she left, it's done. We
It's
don't need this
done. It's so
anymore.
funny because my higher ups I'm still friends with on Instagram, and one of them just got married. That was cool. But that's all I know. It was a sound design studio. It was fun as fuck. I miss doing Foley. You know what Foley is? It's like the sound design where they make the sounds in real time.
Oh, cool.
It's so fun.
That's
It's my dream
awesome.
job.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it was very cool.
That's so dope. I've always been fascinated by
That's so
that.
fun.
And it's so crucial on a set, too.
Yeah. The highest, like, mostly what we did was these like awful D-list movies that like came to us to do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one, and I know that Harrington is doing Justin Longuary, where he watches like as many Justin Long movies as he can in January.
Oh, that's funny.
And there was one Justin Long movie that they had us do just footsteps for. It was called The Wave or something. It was like a drug trip movie.
Okay.
And I did the footsteps for that movie. Some of the footsteps,
Whoa.
which was really fun.
I love that.
It was really fun, and I was good at footsteps, but it was all men, so the shoes that they had like in storage to like do the steps with were all too big for me.
Of course.
Yeah. But it was
you
really
filled them.
fun. Thank you.
Ayo.
I think I filled them.
Yes.
That was fun. Yeah, dream job. And then I also walked past them filming Once Upon a Time in Hollywood while I was there.
One of my favorites.
And it was a scene that got cut.
Really?
I'm surprised I haven't told you this story because I tell everyone any chance I get.
Yeah, I would love to know this. I'm
Where,
a huge Tarantino head. I'm obsessed.
I'm sorry. I'm
obsessed.
just texting my rental to make sure that they text me.
Okay, amazing. I'll get on my phone too. I do have a text.
Perfect.
Poshmark
telling you to have a bright and beautiful day or
Of
whatever
course.
the fuck Poshmark texts you back. So stupid. On Sunset Boulevard, there was one day where I had like an hour of downtime in my
Between your
internship,
shifts.
pretty much at Arby's. And so I
That's a hooker.
yeah, for sure. It was the middle of the day. I had to like I said, it was like a mile walk from my internship to my dorm.
You're not a cooker, you're a hooker.
I'm a hooker,
Natalie.
yeah,
You're
absolutely.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I wish. It would have been more fucking interesting. And so I walked back to campus to take my lunch so that I could use like the school dollars instead, like my meal plan instead of real money. And so I was walking by and I saw all these old cars. I have pictures I could show you. And old cars parked on the street. And they had been painting this mural on this abandoned building for like a month. I saw them and it said Age of Aquarius and it had all these like what's the word I'm looking for? Like almost like Cirque du Soleil dancers like painted on the wall, and it said Age of Aquarius. Cool. And it was cool as fuck. And I was like, why are they making this mural? And they were working on it for like a month. And so I passed it, and they were finally done with it. And I saw all these cars on the street that were like old cars, like 50s, 60s cars. And I went, is there a car show or something? It was like all very specific. And then I passed like a cluster of extras that were like in 70s garb. And I went, fuck, it's another movie set.
Oh, yeah.
And I wonder if I have, because I saved the text. It was a really short text exchange because it was just like me and the other intern I was working with that day and our higher up. So it wasn't like the whole internship. It was just the people that were in there that day. And I was like, I walked through another fucking movie set because I had walked through like a second one that I like interrupted.
Yeah.
And
classic LA, dude.
Yeah, and then it was the scene in front that they used in the trailer with the mural in it. And then I saw the movie looking for it, and they cut it.
Wow.
Whatever scene, they painted this mural for a month, and it never made it into the fucking movie.
It'll be in the extended version because eventually it will come out.
Yeah.
Just like The Hateful Eight in 8 parts. 4 parts. Let's
right.
Go. But I mean, just like when I told you I watched that, I'm like, and I was like, all right, wild.
Why are we still here? I wanted to like The Hateful. Just kidding. I wanted to like. I mean, both of them. But I'm talking about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I really wanted to love because I hyped it up forever, and it was like a summer release, and I took all my friends to the movies. And it was too long. There was too much of it that I thought could have been cut. All of the stuff with Bruce Lee, right?
I swear to God on everything. I was like, she's gonna say the Bruce Lee stuff.
It felt mean-spirited in a way that never went anywhere else.
No, let me defend something.
Sure, please do.
Yeah. Let me defend something. There's something about Tarantino that is different than most people in this world. Especially because his mind is so different than anyone else's, because he has this knack and obsession for old movies and learning about people and gossip, okay? He loves gossip.
Yeah.
He's a Jewish guy at the end of the day,
right.
Okay? So there is something about Bruce Lee, and I feel like I sent it to my friend Martin, actually, and I'm going to play it right now. It's, shout out to Martin McGinney. He's so fucking funny. He's going to be on here soon.
Cool.
Tarantino loved Bruce Lee, but Bruce Lee, the problem with him is that he was with a bitch of a wife who tried to go after everyone and studios and everything, and it was kind of a joke. And now, if you're like the family directly affected by it, okay, yeah, I could see where there's maybe a little offense, sure.
Right.
But at the same time, you're an audience member, you're watching it. And he was known.
It was definitely done with love, too, where he was, like, such a fan. Not love, but, like, fanship.
In realism, I'm sorry. Bruce Lee was kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And he was always trying people on set and stuff like that. And there is a way that Tarantino will take real life and make it into his own world. So, yeah, he took a little piece of that. Not everyone is very nice in life. Not everyone is as good as we want them to seem. Just because they are a master of their craft. And I'm not speaking of Tarantino because I love Quentin.
Yeah.
But just because they are a master of their craft does not mean that they are a great person.
Of course.
You know?
I agree with that completely.
And I think it's totally fine to depict them how they were, which
agree.
An asshole.
I agree. I don't think that he owes it to his family to depict him in a positive or flattering light at all. I'm just saying this was a movie that was almost 3 hours long. My favorite parts in order were the whole Manson family timeline. That was my favorite part.
That was wonderful.
Incredible.
Wonderful.
Then the Hollywood, like, stunt double stuff with DiCaprio.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then and it's been a while. I gotta be honest. It's been a while. So maybe I owe it a rewatch.
I would love to do a movie night.
I would too.
Where we just, like, do movie. Like, you could sleep over. I just need, like, a movie night where we do all these movies.
Yeah.
Because there are some amazing ones.
Yeah, and that's the scene that sticks out to me where I was like, this movie is too long. Why is this here? It doesn't go anywhere.
I think
if you loved it on its own, I think that's enough of a valid reason to have it in the movie. I didn't feel that way. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I respect it, especially as like a movie buff yourself too. So I'm like, I can see what you mean. Now, do I agree with you about Wicked with that one scene? And you were like, oh, it was a little long. And I was like, yeah, it was a little long. Okay, whatever.
I'm not saying it should have been shorter. I'm just saying it was long.
It was, maybe, or maybe not needed or anything. I think the passion comes in too, because he's only making 10. Now, this is one of my resolutions. You asked about my resolutions. I didn't write them down last week, and I apologize, you guys.
That's okay. I'm answering for the fans.
One of them is, I love you. One of them is martial arts to continue self-defense.
Cool.
Because that 10th movie will eventually come out, and I will be in it.
Yes.
I will be in Quentin Tarantino's.
Incredible.
There's been talk about a Kill Bill 3. There's been talk about reprising Kill Bill, just completely doing the same thing, just with different actors. Whatever it is, I will be ready for that, man. I am learning. I've already gone to self-defense classes since everything has happened. I am going to be learning martial arts and everything like that.
I love it.
To get ready for the eventual time and get like an acting coach again and
cool.
Get on my shit that like I used to be very diligent.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So let me play this from Quentin Tarantino, and this is in regards to Bruce Lee.
Cool. Let's hear it.
And this is, just to give a little context, he was on Joe Rogan. Doesn't do podcasts or anything. And I stumbled upon this because I wanted to listen to some Quentin because I'm working on a script.
Yeah.
Natalie's working on a script. So I was like, let me just get something.
We're getting our writing in.
Yeah, we're getting our writing in. It's good. Here we go.
You have one sparkle right on the bridge of your nose that I am enjoying.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Is it cute?
It's cute.
Now, I would love for this to load at some point or work. Oh, it's because the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi. Are you on the Wi-Fi?
I was on the Wi-Fi, and now I'm off.
Here, I'll send it to you.
See, these are just like small, stupid issues.
Here you go. Try to hop into the Wi-Fi, and I'll see if it shares automatically.
Oh, I love that. Look at that. See, look at technology. Now, I'm no Bill Gates, or what's his name?
Which one?
Steve Jobs. I'm no Steve Jobs, but I know how an iPhone works, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you. You are on.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that just means that the Wi-Fi is terrible. This place is going to Natalie, talk for a second while I get this pulled up.
I would say that that was the end of my story about walking through a Quentin Tarantino set, and I hope that I have the text in my phone because I saved it. I was saying that it was just a group chat that came about from walking through that set on my lunch break. And my higher up said, you were born to be, in parentheses, an extra. So it was like, you were born to be extra because it was the second set that I had accidentally walked through.
Yeah, you're just stumbling upon sets.
And they never put me on.
That's okay. This third is meant to be
next time I see one.
Yeah, when either your work or my work comes out first, you will be in it.
Yes.
Boom. And we have audio. Okay, so it's 2 clips I want to play for you guys.
Got
He's
it.
talking about Quentin Tarantino talking about Bruce Lee and his bitch of a wife. Okay, let's go.
Hey, look, I'm not putting Bruce Lee down in this. I'm just saying his wife is a liar. I'm saying his widow is a fucking liar. She lied about that. Hey, look,
it wasn't?
That's part
Is
of
that
the
bullshit?
Yeah, it's a complete lie.
Really?
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's like
It's about his widow.
Linda Lee just
Bruce Lee's widow.
completely lied about that in that book she wrote, Bruce Lee, The Man Only I Knew. The man only she knew. Well, Betty Tay Ping, the mistress who he's Betty died in, probably knew him a little bit too. I mean, Bruce Lee died in his mistress's bed.
Tarantino's like, I fucked him, and here's what he told me after I had sex with Bruce Lee.
He rocks. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, the man only you know. Okay. Well, I think his mistress, Betty Tang, perfect.
Incredible.
And that's exactly why
You've sold me.
Like
I want to watch that episode.
That's exactly why something like that is in the movie, because he's depicting the research and everything, and it's like, let me just depict something that people are going to be like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah.
It's like, if you do a little deep dive into this guy's brain, okay, I don't mean to shit on Fiona Apple, but she quit cocaine because she was locked in a room with Quentin Tarantino and another man, I forget, it was a director, and they were talking for 3 hours about film so intensely while she did coke that she totally had a mental break and she quit cocaine. Which, by the way...
Shut up, Fiona Apple.
Shut up, Fiona.
I am a fan.
Even though that is my dream.
Yes.
To be locked in a room talking about films and everything and like what
they were
started
so
us in
insufferable
old
that she had to
westerns.
quit coke
That
about
was it. She was it broke her brain.
I believe it.
And that's amazing.
I love that.
And that's why this is so incredible, because when you're like, well, what's with that? It's like, it's because of his disdain for Bruce Lee's like now
widow.
The widow. It's disdain for the bullshit and the asshole that he was on sets to people.
Yeah.
There's little bits where it goes, okay, well, if I'm going to create my own timeline, I am going to show you exactly the type of person who I see this for, which I understand because as a brilliant person myself, like QT, I understand that I see people for who they are before others do. Others will be like, I don't understand why you're so mean to blah, blah, blah. No, because blah, blah, blah fucking deserves it.
Yeah.
Because they're not good. And you'll see it. And maybe they're surrounding themselves with not good people and liars. And
I
they'll see
agree.
it.
Here's my point.
And I think he gets it.
I
And
agree
think that was his
completely.
shade.
I agree completely. I think that there are plenty of, as artists, it's like, kill your darlings, right? It's like, here's a thing that I love and I got so excited when I wrote it because it's a passion part. This is the passion part of my passion project.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Bruce Lee. I'm going to write this little thing about him because I'm obsessed with him. And sometimes you have to go, it does not benefit the piece at large by having it be in there.
But the timeline it did.
Did it?
Because
I don't
it was
remember.
His own timeline. He recreated the timeline. Yeah, we'll tip it. Like Maggie G. Shout out, rest in peace,
That's
Kathy
good, thank
Griffin's
you.
mom. Maggie G. Tip it, Kathleen.
Yes, good.
Truly, I think when you take something and you go, I'm gonna make my own timeline. I'm gonna create something brand
Yeah.
new. You do that. And
I
you
will
can
say,
go,
like I said, I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe it deserves a rewatch.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, I'm about to read the book.
Cool. Love
Yeah,
it.
because he wrote a book because he was like, well, there wasn't enough of the movie.
He is me so bad. That's the problem.
It's
It's
the
like I
best.
can't even be that mad. I'm like, I am also so long-winded that I'll go, and another thing.
Yes. Like
I respect
like
that.
the best. Like Dorit Kemsley, one of the
Yeah.
best Real Housewives, just like Dave Cyrus.
Shout
We
out
love
Dave Cyrus.
dude. He's brilliant. And let me say something. And he got this from Judd Apatow. And then Judd Apatow gave this advice to Dave Cyrus, who gave it to
We
me.
should have him on our show since
I would
now that I'm a
that would be
co-host.
so much fun. And also, people have asked about it.
Yeah, cool.
People want that. I've seen
Yeah.
the Spotify responses. I want Dave back too. I should text him. I'm gonna text him right now, and then I'm gonna give the advice. Here, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna text him and I'm gonna say, "Hey, faggot, listen up. Hi, Nat and I are talking about you right now.
So
are
good.
talking about you right now. And before I get too drunk or forget."
You should be back on the show. We saw him on Halloween. We saw him at our Halloween party. I don't
We
know.
saw him at our Halloween party. Let's talk about that in a second.
Yes. We're at 50 minutes. Do we want to move to Patreon? Because I got to
we will
leave in
right
like
after the
5
story.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want you back on that top.
Perfect. Sent.
XOXO.
Real time,
Send.
everyone.
Boom. Done. So gave this great advice. Because when I was like, I need to write Bachelorette, which is all about the Bachelorette trip
Yeah.
and the wedding and everything. And I like now the first act is done, everything, and I'm like,
Good,
in
love
the,
it.
In the yeah, just like a little, I'm outline. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm all over the place.
Mhm.
So Judd Apatow, my king, also what some people claim is my dad online during 2020. It was so funny. These
Funny.
random comics who didn't know
It's like
me.
people say that Ralph is my uncle.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
same
Uncle
shit.
Ralph, yes.
Same vibe.
Yes. Said, you write everything. You make that outline. You write every single thing.
And then you cut.
And then,
later.
if you want to cut, you cut. But you write every single thing. And you film anything.
Yeah.
And if it's too long for people, it's too long. Because people complain about Apatow movies too. Oh, it's too long.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry you don't have a good sense of film or
Yeah.
a brain. I'm sorry you don't
Or an
process
attention
things
span.
like normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
for
the
real.
attention spans for real.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
at least Vine was 6 seconds.
Can't complain about Vine.
Mm-mm.
No complaints.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were roommates.
That's
I
a
literally
perfect
just said road work ahead. Oh my God, I sure hope it does. Literally yesterday.
Oh, I love that
Classic.
one. Classic.
Yes.
Vroom vroom. I'm in me mom's car.
I'm in my mom's car. Oh, we need
Get
to
out the
not.
car.
We need to not get down a rabbit hole of quoting Vines
No,
right
it was
now.
perfect. It was our 3 and done.
Three,
You know my
perfect.
rule of 3.
Yes.
So let's switch over to the Patreon where we continue. We do another episode, and more 2025 revelations next week. I'm gonna go over some things. There's
Yeah.
some couples on the horizon, I think.
I'm gonna talk
couple
about
things.
my Sex and the City thoughts. Also, I'm saving that for Patreon because
Ooh,
I
we're
have
going to
many
the
thoughts.
page. We're doing it.
Plug.
Okay, plugs up my ass. Instagram, for myself. It's Funny Girl with Tits.
You keep saying that. Maybe you
know
should
why?
switch it to your
No,
name.
No, because a squirrel has my name, first of all, which is why I
No.
haven't. Yes, somebody has been trolling me for years, and they are Sabrina Piper as a squirrel. And I still don't find it funny. It's been 9 years that I've been posting about you, and you've been trolling me. I don't know who you are, but you've gotten me good. Okay?
Good.
I'm not changing it. Funny Girl with Tits is the brand. I am Funny Girl with Tits. Follow me everywhere.
Yes.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, what the fuck ever. Lemon8 now.
Lemonade.
And X, actually, I'm Funny Girl with W Tits. Do it all.
You'll find it.
Patreon.com/Funny Girl with Tits. Over 180 episodes you can watch today behind the paywall.
And a lot of bonus
A
episodes with me
lot, a
too.
lot. Well, that's including, yes.
Yes.
180 plus episodes. And you get the chat, you get everything. You get to talk to me directly. You get to talk to Nat whenever you want.
We
You
do
get
reply.
to do it all. Yeah, come, join. It's only $1. That's it. All right, Nutbat. Anything?
Natalie DeCicco edits on Instagram, DECICCO_edits. Watch Gas Now on the Gas Digital website, gasdigital.com.
Woo!
That's it.
Oh, yeah, and any shows coming up, I'll post to my Instagram, stuff like that. And 2025 is the year that I have my website back.
Love it.
I can't do funnygirlwithtits.com, I guess, but I definitely can't do sabrinapiper.com because also taken by somebody as of April 2024. But don't worry, April 14th, 2025 is coming up, and I might get it back just as a little to whatever
Yes,
Chinese person
please
took it. I
do.
saw wherever you are in Taipei. I don't like it, but whatever.
Taiwan.
I say to you, good night, goodbye, peace out, love you guys.
See ya.
Stay hot.